peace and love. Welcome back to Tunji Talks, the home of I Have a Thirst. I am your host, Tunji. And before we get started, I recently had the book signing events, and thank you to everyone who came to those. Thank you to anyone who shared the event, anyone who supported me, anyone who's purchased the book. Thank you so much. In today's episode of Game Changers, we are looking at Tyler Perry. This video is brought to you by the text version of my one-man show, Whiteboard, Black Pieces, Race in the West. My play explores what it means to be black in the Western world. To get your copy, click the Amazon link in the description down below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and comment. During the Game Changer series, we will be looking at 4 individuals who I believe are game changers. These individuals are Dame Dash, Belanle Austin Peters, Tyler Perry and Tariq Nasheed. All 4 have left a distinct impression on the entertainment industry, and all 4 still have a lot to achieve. I can't wait to see what they do next. All 4 of the aforementioned game changers inspire me. So how does this series work? Well, I'll tell you. I give you a breakdown of the game changer in each episode. Then I will show you clips of the game changer dropping knowledge. A lot of great information is going to be shared during the series, so I need you to take notes. I need you to save this video, and I need you to share this video. Trust me, it will be worth it. Who is Tyler Perry? Well, Tyler Perry is an actor, he's a director, he's a producer, a screenwriter, and most importantly, he is the owner of his own studio in Atlanta, Georgia. Tyler Perry Studios. And fun fact, the Black Panther movie that came out in 2018, that was the first movie to shoot on Tyler Perry's new studio. So Tyler Perry started his career by writing and producing and acting in his own plays. Perry later went on to write for film and television. He has also adapted many of his stage plays into feature films. I first became aware of Tyler Perry's work in 2007 when I first watched Diary of a Mad Black Woman. This movie had a profound effect on me because I saw black love displayed on screen in a way that I had not seen before. And this has really had an influence of all aspects of my work. Would you like to support the channel? Great. There are 2 ways you can go about this. On the Cash App, # Tunji Talks. That's # Tunji Talks, # Tunji Talks. Or on PayPal, paypal.me /Tunji Talks, paypal.me /Tunji Talks, paypal.me /Tunji Talks. As I mentioned earlier, Tyler Perry owns his own studio in Atlanta. And in 2019, it had its star-studded opening ceremony. Some of the people in attendance were Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson, Oprah, Will and Jada Smith, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Viola Davis, Cicely Tyson, rest in peace, Taraji P. Henson, Whoopi Goldberg, Ava DuVernay, T.D. Jakes, just to name a few of the people who were in attendance. You get the idea. It was a big deal and still is a big deal. Tyler Perry is the only black man in history to be ahead of a major movie studio. But not just that, he owns the studio outright. There is power in ownership. I'll repeat that one more time. There is power in ownership. One more time, just so it sinks in. Let's manifest this, people. There is power in ownership. Right, so now I'm about to play some clips. So please, if you haven't got so already, please get your notepad and pen out and make sure you save this video. Have you subscribed yet? Okay,
Perry is the first Black American to own a major film studio outright. The Atlanta Film Complex spans, listen to this, 330 acres with 12 sound stages. It's larger than the Burbank, California lots owned by Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Walt Disney Studios combined. It is giant. The New York Times said you are the most successful mogul Hollywood has ever ignored. Do you think Hollywood gets you?
No, I clearly believe that I'm ignored in Hollywood for sure, and that's fine. I get it.
And wait a second, is that fine?
It is. My audience and the stories that I tell are African American stories specific to a certain audience, specific to a certain group of people that I know that I grew up with, and we speak a language. Hollywood doesn't necessarily speak the language. A lot of critics don't speak that language, so to them it's like, what is this? But I know what I do is important. I know what I do touches millions of people around the world. I know how important every word, every joke, every laugh. I know what that does for the people where I come from and the people that I'm writing for. So yeah, I get that. I've been on sets where I've been the only blackface on as recently as 2019, going, where are the black people in this movie? It's on back behind the camera. So when I come to work here, and every black person that comes to work here, they go, oh my God, it's heaven.
20 featured films, more than 20 plays, 9 TV shows, New York Times bestseller. Unbelievable. And even though obviously a media empire now.
I was a pretty inquisitive kid. I also had this awareness. I'm not quite sure where it came from, but I had this awareness of business. Like my father, who built houses, and he was a subcontractor, and he would come home and with his $800 that he had made, and he'd be so excited he had made $800 that week. And then I look at the house that he sold, and the guy who owned the house had made $80,000 when he sold the house. So I wanted to be the guy who owned the house, always. I don't even know where that came from in me as a kid, but I always wanted to be that guy. And also, I wanted to be able to take care of my mother. So I was driven to a point of just wanted to have enough money to take care of her. And I remember the day I told her that she could retire. We put the show up again in another city. Lost everything again. But there was somebody else who wanted to invest. So I believe that God gives you all these signs, all of these little seeds to let you know you're in the right place. Just keep moving forward. And you get this little bits of light and encouragement that'll let you know to keep moving forward. And that happened a great deal for me. Focus was just stay creative, continue to serve the niche, serve the audience that's coming, serve them, super serve them, like just focus, hyper focus on them, make sure that they are the nucleus and your intent. And what happened for me over the years is it grew and grew and grew and grew as long as I stayed focused on the core. And those are the things I learned very early on. Focus very strongly on the core. Do not disrespect them. Make sure that they know how special they are. Make sure how they know that you appreciate them. Show them as much respect and decency as you would anybody else, because they're the bridge that's going to bring you over. So I hyper-focused on them, and then everybody else came. So there are people who, so in 1998, everything turned around. It was that one moment, that one spark. All of those years of pushing. One moment turned it around. I did the play in 1998 at the House of Blues, and by then I had given up. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to do like my mother said. I'm going to get me a job at the phone company, making about $300 a week, and some benefits. My mother just wanted me to have benefits. That's all she wanted, right?
She's a good mom.
She's a good mom. So I do this show, that last show in 1998, and it sold out over and over and over and over again. And all of that was building up to that moment. So I would tell anybody in this room, if you got something that you believe very strongly in, hold to it. Sometimes it gets really dark, it gets really tight, but hold to it. Hyper focus on it. One thing, focus on it really, really strong. I know these people who jump from idea to idea to idea to idea to idea, and it's like having a bucket of water and you're trying to water a full garden. And you're just taking all the water and you're spreading it all over a full garden when you don't have enough water. Whether if you took the water and just focused on that one plant and allowed it to grow so that it could give you the resources that you need to grow all the other plants around it. So that's where I was with it. I paid for a Harvard education probably 50 times in the mistakes that I made or the things that I didn't know. You know,
producer, director, actor, how do you even think about how you deploy your time, your creativity, and across all those different roles? It's kind of inconceivable to the normal humans here.
You know what? You know what happened in the beginning? I didn't have any money, so I learned how to do everything. I compare everybody that comes into my life. I put them in the category of a tree, and it's the same way in business. I put everybody in the category of a tree. Some people come, they're leaves on a tree. They're just there for a season. Wind blows too hard, they're gone. They can't take too much, right? Then there are some that are like the branches. They're a lot stronger. You can give them more of your life, but if you walk out there too far on them, they may break and leave you high and dry. But if you get a few roots in your life, which like at the bottom of the tree, if you get a roots, their only job is to hold you up and make sure you succeed. So I equate that a lot, even in business, just trying to find the right people. If you work really, really hard, if you do right, if you honor people, if you do the best that you can and work really hard, the possibilities are limitless.
Rather than being an icon, I want to be an inspiration. Every dreamer in this room, there are people whose lives are tied into your dream. Own your stuff, own your business, own your way. God bless you.
Wow. Yeah, that really hit home. So I guess the question is, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person fighting for a seat at the table? Or do you want to be the person who says, no, thank you? Then you go and build your own table, invite guests to come and accompany you. And that is all for today. And if you have got something out of this, please share this video and subscribe. The Tariq Nasheed video is coming up next. I can't wait to do that one. In the meantime, comment down below. I'll leave you in the same way I came to you, in love and peace. See you soon.